Hello everyone, welcome back to NARRENSCHIFF. So last time, it's a bit loud, sorry. Let's get in. So last time, we figured out that Wade's mother wanted to have an abortion but she couldn't, and she had to raise Wade on her own. We don't know what happened to the dad, and they're from an immigrant family and all that. And she had to work at a butcher shop that drove her insane, basically, and she had a lobotomy that failed. So that was the gist of it. We don't know why Wade is in the mental asylum for now. We know his mother has some sort of issues, but we'll see. We'll find out. We'll find out. So we already called the rescue, I believe, and they told us not to get out of the building. We have to see what happens then. A printer. A relatively new model, but no matter what button you press, it utters no response. Okay, a computer browser. Let's see, email. Yeah, I remember this one about the girl, right? While we were plasticating the recent influx of donated brains, staff members of the museum made mistakes during the dehydration and defat process, resulting in rotting and foul smells. Therefore, the plastinated models cannot be used for medical analysis. We will punish the related staff members for the incident, Xiao Qingli. Yeah, and the other one is about like them being awarded and they were unhappy, right? Yeah, why did that assistant Xiao Qingli get awarded best employee again this month? I have a hard job managing this medical museum as well. A group of barely grown students were on me. They were shining flashlights on the exhibition pieces. I didn't know what they were up to, so I denied them access to the museum. Turns out later that they snuck into my office, hacked into my PC, and graffitied my private password on the wall by the elevator. Bunch of hooligans, but it took a lot of water-soluble paint to barely cover it. Don't tell anyone else, but my guess is Xiao Qingli has been sleeping around with the higher-ups. Why else does she get all the advantages? Anonymous. Okay, so there should be a password. I don't like this. It seems that the asylum also hosts the Cincinnatus Museum of Psychiatric History. The exhibition was housed in the museum in the city center during the 70s, open to public, but the curator could not keep the downtown museum afloat, which is why everything was relocated to this asylum. Presently, the exhibition is only available to staff, medical students, and researchers. Okay. A plastinated brain of a depressive patient. The donor has the initial JL and it comes from the town of Kodam. Donation made in 1964. Doesn't look any different from a normal brain to me. Put this one. The plastinated brain of a schizophrenic patient. The donors have the initials TW and it comes from the town of Tiru. Donation made in 1971. Doesn't look any different from a normal brain to me. That might be because you're not a doctor. The plastinated brain of a bipolar patient. The donor has the initial GB and it comes from the town of Misla. Donation made in 1974. Doesn't look any different from a normal brain to me. A stack of blank paper. Take a sheet. Yes. I got a paper now. There's a visitor register. It keeps a record of the name, workplace, and visiting date of each visitor to the museum. Most of them are students, no one I'm familiar with. There's a dry towel on the far wall. Pick it up. Quite dry towel. The entrance gate is shut tight. An inconspicuous camera is mounted on top of it. I remember my workplace used something similar. It was supposed to recognize faces, but the technology was so primitive that you could pass the scan with a photograph. Okay, that might be a clue. Like, we could find a photograph. Photograph, no photograph. And try to pass it. Let's see. Oh, a toilet. Toilet seems to be clogged, but evidently that wasn't enough to discourage people from using it. The bowl was filled to the brim with dark yellow urine, smelling strongly of ammonia. Flush it. Wait. Was that an intrusive thought? Logic tells me if I press the flush button, what happened after will make me regret it for the rest of my life. I should just close the lid. Out of sight, out of mind. Some words seems to be scribbled on the toilet lid with a permanent marker. That cunt Miss Coleslaw threw me out. Such a fat ass bitch. That's a lot of salt there. That's a lot of anger there. People have such awful manners even here, right? A clean basin with a bar of soap placed atop. Wash your hands first. You wash your hands meticulously with the soap. Doesn't help much, but the anxiety from your mild germophobia is eased a bit after you clean your hands and grime and filth you have just handled. Can I use the towel here? Wet the dry towel. Accidentally wetted the dry towel. Okay, now we have a wet towel. Let's go to the elevator and must be broken. There should be like some paint here, right? That I could wipe. Let's see. Let's look again. Cause I forgot. No, it's not here. It should be like here. On the wall by the elevator. Okay. On the wall by the elevator. So it should be like here. So like here. No, that's the finger again. I don't get it. Oh, is it this? Oh, it's this elevator. Wipe the water-soluble paint from the wall with the wet towel? Yes. Fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. Door's locked from the other side. Let's... So 1, 2, 3, 4 should be the password. Should I write it down? Is that what it was for? Like, can I just enter it? No, that's not it. But it's 1, 2, 3, 4 now I know. Wait, what? Sturdy iron gate bars your way. Peek from the window, everything's dark, but this should be the staff canteen. I don't plan to explore it. There shouldn't be anything of importance, okay? So the password is 124. The door to the second floor east wing is locked. Okay. So we can't come here. Hmm. Um. Hmm. Would it be Henry Willer? No. It can't be Xiaoqing. Cause like, would it be Nadia? Oh, okay. Please initiate fingerprint identification. I didn't expect security to be this tight. Where do... Oh wait, is it the severed finger? I don't want to touch it though. Oh well. It feels cold and rigid. I'd never touched a human corpse before, let alone a part of it. Good. You swallowed your nausea and picked up the severed finger. Guys, I'm so smart right now. Computer level C. Nadia 1, 2, 3, 4. So the toilet thing would be Xiaoqing, I guess, because they have beef with each other, right? Print. Fingerprint identification successful. Printer is ready for use. Please insert blank paper. The finger really belongs to Miss Coleslove. Don't know where she is now or if she's still alive. According to the instructions, I need to insert a blank piece of paper. Okay. Insert the blank paper. You have acquired a printed photo of Nadia Kosovo. Okay. I think I'm butchering these names, but guys, I'm so sorry. Theoretically, the door should be open if I put a printed photo of Nadia Kosovo under the scanner. Put the printed photo on the scanner? Yes. The door to the Museum of Psychiatric History is unlocked. Let's go. This doesn't seem to be the Museum of Psychiatric History. Hallucination of me and mother's past are reappearing. The odd thing is, even though I should want to recall everything about my mother, but for some reason, somewhere in my subconsciousness, I fear as though I will know too much. Wait, is he actually schizophrenic? I said it last time, right? Anna Olfman. So his mom's name is Anna. A retrospective. This exhibition documents the tumultuous life and the death of contemporary dance artist Anna Olfman. Anna Olfman was born into a strict and wealthy family in West Asia. She fled from home at the age of 16 to a small country in Eastern Europe, studying modern dance under the secret patronage of her uncle. Olfman was forced to give up her studies in the light of an accidental pregnancy after she was groomed by a professor. It was also then that the death of her uncle left her with no financial support. For the next 6 years, Olfman worked in a local meat processing plant until she was institutionalized in a psychiatric facility due to her mental illness. From there, her condition steadily deteriorated, and she spent the remainder of her life in a small ward. This retrospective exhibition displays a collection of 7 art pieces relevant to her tragic fate. Please remember to read the label next to each artwork for a detailed description. Okay, so this is just the same. Damn, poor girl. So she was a dancer, but she got groomed. Like, I feel bad for her. The Ghost of My Past and I, 1932 to 1947. A collection of family photographs from the childhood and adolescence of Anna Othman. Artistic alterations are made so as to ensure anonymity. The viewer is encouraged to interact with the photographs and interpret their meaning through tactile sensation. Can I look at it? Touch the photograph, yeah. The cutouts of the photographs are replaced with what seems like concrete, rocks, and yarn. Touch the photograph, yeah. The cutout parts of the photographs are replaced with what seems to be linen. Touch the photograph, yeah. The cutout parts of the photographs are replaced with what seems to be rusted metal. Touch the photograph, yeah. The cutout parts of the photographs are replaced with what seems to be like tree bark. Touch the photograph. What is this? Is this the hospital? Oh, is this where she gave birth? The cutout parts of the photographs are replaced with what seems to be dried grass. Okay. Oh. What's this? Can't interact with it. There are shoes. There's feet. There's ballet shoes. Oh, this would kind of be like when she was like a rich kid. And this would be kind of when she was like struggling, right? And this is like when she was dancing. So this is like the behind the scenes kind of, right? Let's read it. Dancer, 1948 to 1951. An installation consisting of a mountain of used pointe shoes, numbering in the thousands, as well as photography and filmmatology by Anna Othman during her days at the School of Dance. Can we watch it? There's a rotoscoped videotape inside labeled 1950 July 28th. Play the videotape. Yes. So that was her dancing, right? I would assume. So this is a pile of pointe shoes. Like, I heard like dancers, especially ballet dancers, they use a lot of pointe shoes. Like, almost a few pairs every day if you're doing like professional dance. So I would assume she was very into dancing and like she used a lot of them. Oh, there's a sculpture. Let's read it. Mother, 1952. An interactive installation that consists of a hollow marble statue in the form of a pregnant woman and a microphone at one's chest level. Oh, it's an ultrasound. Oh, this is pretty. I like the art. Like, this is really pretty. A microphone at the level of your chest. Press your chest to the microphone. Yeah. Aww. The waning of childhood. An interactive installation piece composed of a large monochrome photo, black gauze, and black ink. The viewer is encouraged to interact with this exhibition. Remove the black gauze over the photo using your hand. Understood. This is kind of uncanny, not gonna lie. I can't move it anymore. Oh, that's Saint Mary and Christ, I believe. The things we are unwilling to mention. Question mark. It seems that something was removed from here. What the hell? Oh, what is this? Your mother's old clothes are heaped on the floor. The hollow in midst has the shape of a human. In the mirror, you're wearing your mother's dress. Your face is obstructed. The absence, 1986. I'm gonna assume she left the house around this year because of her mental problems and left him alone. An installation piece composed of old clothing and multiple mirrors. It invokes how, after the death of... Oh, that's her death, not her... Well, she left, I mean. Of Anna Othman, and the absence of her body continues to linger in her possession like a ghost. Oh, so she died. Okay. A seated casket, 1986. An installation composed of a worn wooden chair and an acoustic sensor device. Near her death, Anna Othman spent most of her time seated in this chair. Upon approaching the chair, the sound it emits is a reflection of her inner landscape. It's kind of cool that every way there's different sounds. Leave. I think I've seen it now. Aww. The hallucination seems to have ended. This should be the real Museum of Psychiatric History. I can't make sense of everything I just saw. I have a feeling that these hallucinations are trying to tell me something I don't understand, and in some way am too afraid to understand. Welcome to the Cincinnatus Museum of Psychiatric History. This exhibition documents the progress of psychiatry from classical antiquity to modern times. Like all fields of medicine, psychiatry is a domain constantly evolving from barbarism to civilization. Barbarism to civilization. a process that can be observed through the dozen of artifacts in this exhibition. I can't pronounce anything right now. God. Did you know, Wade, that in the medieval times, people like us weren't locked behind the walls? They were driven onto a ship doomed to wander eternally, from city to city, from waters to waters. Those vessels were called the NARRENSCHIFF, the ship of fools. Don't you find a life like that enticing? He kind of looks like, what is it called? Van Gogh's art. Like, you know, this art style is really similar to Van Gogh. I think this is very interesting because, like, Van Gogh has mental illness too, right? Anyways, as you lay your eyes on the statue, a hazy visage of a young man springs forth from the depth of your mind. Who is he? You feel as though he was someone deeply important to you, someone you met here, right here, in this vast, mysterious, fog-shrouded asylum. Maybe he's the young man from room 302. A thought quietly settles itself into your mind. There are things that, should you fail to recall before you leave this place behind, will be forever irrevocably lost for the rest of your life. Okay. Ship of Fools, Dutch Tempera on Wood by Bosch. Oh, so NARRENSCHIFF is like a real thing. Ship of Fools, Woodcut by Door. Well, I like this artist. This artist is really famous for like etching. He would like use a sharp metal, like a silver etching tool, and start like etching on things to make these like prominent like marks. Like they aren't like pencil where you can put more force in it and make it darker and stuff, right? These are literally just lines. Like they use the lines to make it like more shadowy or like less shadowy. I don't know how to explain it, but this is very cool to me. I like how the maker of this game referenced these. It's very cool. I don't know what this is. I can't interact with it. I'm gonna guess these are like things on a ship. The letter restrains, early 19th century, device that restrains patience and mania. Is it this? I see. The moral treatment, early 18th century, a Quaker family proposed and established the first asylum in Yorkshire, England. The Tuke family was convinced that peace can be bestowed upon a troubled psyche through what was named moral treatment, proximity to nature, regularity of routines, and an environment of tranquility and kindness. The York retreat was built to house 30 patients. It boasts extraordinary results since its opening in 1796. Many patients in the early stages of illness were discharged after significant improvement and even complete recovery. William Tuke. So this is like the first asylum, I would assume. There's something here. A worn notebook lies on the ground. It looks like it has been here for a long time, probably due to the museum's lack of proper maintenance. Flip through it. The first half is ordinary study notes, nothing special about it. The last few pages were evidently used to pass notes to a desk mate. Sloppy handwriting. Ever heard of the rumors about the Senator's Psychiatric Museum? Neat handwriting. Nope. What rumors? Sloppy handwriting. This museum didn't shut down because of funding problems. The stuff here that used to be on display in the city center like a decade ago all came from a private collection. Apparently it belonged to this one weird old lady. What's so special about her? She was really tall and always wore expensive pinstrip suits. She was recluse too, never attended any big events or anything. I heard she used to be a combat medic back in World War II, used to preserve dead soldiers' bodies before they got shipped around. Seems like she liked the job so much that she kept a bunch of preserved animals in her house even after she retired. What a psycho. So she just abandons the house and the museum one day, vanishes into air. When people came in to clear her house, they didn't just find animal corpses. Turns out she kept those loose human parts in her basement. Holy shit. And then they autopsied the bodies and saw that they have all been tied up and abused and stuff. She kept a bunch of severed limbs on display, but all the valuable organs were missing. All the valuable organs were gone. The police thought they were sold in the black market or something. That really disturbing thing is that all the teeth has been removed from the bodies and no one could find them. That's fucking terrifying. Yeah, that's fucking terrifying. What the hell? There's more. People later found out that certain collections here displayed through strange marking under UV light. Also, there's just the fact that everything here smells like rot. There are people that say that it's just cause that all animal specimens here were processed poorly. But others think it's because that cycle kept all those missing teeth right here in the exhibition. With a story like that, I'm not surprised the museum isn't open to the public anymore. How much of a story do you reckon that's true? Who knows? I got my hands on a UV flashlight. Let's figure it out ourselves. The note ends here. So this is the person who said there are students who kept flashing flashlights and had to kick them out, I guess. I remember that there was a lot of news covering psychopaths back then. It's hardly surprising that people started coming up with urban legends like these. Dude, if that's true, that's crazy. Frankly, the stuff exhibited here go right over my head. I'm no medical professional. I can't possibly understand all this. Right, I'll just be looking at things that pique my interest. The NARRENSCHIFF, the Fool's Tower, constructed under Emperor Joseph II of the Holy Roman Empire, is situated alongside the Vienna General Hospital, the oldest modern general hospital in Europe. Okay. Asylum movement, 1820s, bro. It's so hard for me to speak in English when I've been speaking Cantonese the whole day, if that makes sense. Like, I'm stuttering so much today. The asylum movement gained traction in the 1820s. Over the next 70 years, hundreds of asylums were constructed across Europe and America for the accommodation of destitute lunatics. The material condition of the asylums were significantly better than most of the patients' own residence, since the principles of moral treatment dictated that asylums to be expansive and spacious, far away from the bustle of urban centers. They were often located in a high, windy ground due to contemporary theory of mist and misaimas being the cause of disease. So they thought it was like transmittable, I guess. Waxwork of unnamed patient. The figure of a middle-aged woman acquired from Sembala National Institution. Her facial features reminisce of those found in Down syndrome patients. Medical instruments, early 20th century, syringes and surgical scissors from the Narrentum in Vienna. Georgia State Sanatorium, the largest state mental hospital in the United States of America, located in Milton-Gerfield. Its peak in 1950 housed over 10,000 patients. Oh wow. So this is the place, I guess. Items of entertainment. Under moral treatment, patients in the retreat were even permitted entertainment such as chess and cards. Non-restrained movement, 19th century. The start of asylum movement coincided with a trend towards human rights in England and America. It was emphasized, especially in England, that patients are to be treated with as little physical restriction as possible. The physician superintendent in Hanwell Asylum, John Connelly, became a leading proponent of managing patients without straitjackets or chains. He was insistent on the value of calm, trained staff and preferred isolation as a method to tranquilize patients. Okay, so he wanted to be calm with the patients and be nice to them, I'm guessing, instead of like restraining them. He was using the power of friendship and kindness. The birth of psychiatry, mid to late 19th century. The collection of states that came to make up modern Germany were rivals of each other and characterized by the local centers of government and prestigious universities and institutions. There were several culturally and linguistically linked but independent centers of innovation: Munich, Berlin, Vienna, Zurich. From these came the great founding father of modern psychiatry. I don't know how to read this word. Griesinger, Morrow, Alzheimer's, Kraepelin, Bleuer, Freud, and Jung. Emil Kraepelin, German psychiatrist, pioneer of the modern psychiatric nosology, and extremely influential in its evolution. Kraepelin studied under Wilhelm Wundt and was the first to separate schizophrenia from bipolar disorder. This separation remained relevant to this day. H.J. Einzig, Encyclopedia of Psychology, identifies him as the founder of modern scientific psychiatry, psychopharmacology, and psychiatric genetics. Unger Bleuer. Bleuer was the first coined the term schizophrenia in 1911. He saw schizophrenia as primarily a dysfunction of mood and reason, and a tendency to withdraw from intimate relationships. He viewed hallucinations and delusions as an attempt of schizophrenic patients to make sense of these dysfunctional experiences. Okay. Sigmund Freud, an Austrian neurologist, psychoanalyst, and an influential thinker, the founder of psychoanalysis. Works include The Interpretation of Dreams, 3 essays on the theory of sexuality, Totem and Taboo. He is known for concepts such as the unconscious, the ID, ego, and superego, and the Oedipus complex and is hailed as the father of psychoanalysis. Electroconvulsive therapy. Electroconvulsive therapy, often shortened to ECT, is a psychiatric treatment in which seizure is electrically induced in order to stimulate the brain. It is performed as treatment for major depressive disorder, bipolar disorder, catatonia, usually with medication and talk therapy prove ineffective. ACT can be administered bilaterally or unilaterally, while in the bilateral method is further categorized as bitemporal and bifrontal. In the bitemporal placement, the current is directed towards both temporal lobes with electrodes placed in both temples. In the unilateral placement, the electrode is most commonly placed only on the right temple. Okay, so they either put it on both sides of your temple, like next to your forehead, like on the left and right, near your eyes, or it's either on the right side, is what they're saying. Okay. Okay, this is uncanny, but I guess this is the treatment. The electroconvulsive therapy. Guess this is the device then. That's crazy, man. Oh, that's the lobotomy. I know this one. Lobotomy, a form of neurosurgical treatment which severs connective tissues in the brain's prefrontal cortex. It was most widely performed in the 1930s to the 50s as a treatment for psychiatric disorders and was the first type of psychosurgery in history. The procedure was awarded Nobel Prize for Physiology or Medicine in 1949 and is still practiced by certain medical institutions in this country. You suddenly feel your heart tighten. Yeah, this is what killed his mother, right? This is what made her, like, chair-bound, like, made her, like, it failed on her, basically. The instruments of lobotomy. The main surgical instrument used to perform a lobotomy consists of an ice pick and a small hammer. The pick is used during the operation to penetrate the brain through the upper eye socket, fracturing the corresponding nerves. I don't like that. It seems to be an anatomical diagram on the procedure of lobotomy. Okay, you're not gonna show me, right? But yeah, this is gross. Like, they would just put an ice pick on your eye socket and hammer it in. That's crazy. The psychopharmacology revolution, mid to 20th century, the development of modern psychiatric drug is in acceleration. In the present era, there is a range of drugs covering most recognized mental disorders. Of course, there's no miracle pill that can cure all patients with specific disorder, but with careful deliberation, drug treatment can improve the condition of most mentally ill patients. Chlorprom... I don't know how to pronounce this. The discovery of antipsychotic medication. Okay. Imipramine. The discovery of antidepressant medication. Okay. Lithium carbonate. This one I know how to read. The discovery of anti-manic medication. Okay. The human nervous system. A complete specimen of human nervous system donated by an anonymous woman from Norway. I can't look at it right. This is cool though. The cross-section of the brain. A cross-section of a brain with Alzheimer's disease, donated by J.W. from Poland. Cross-section of the brain. A cross-section of the brain with autism, donated by K.L. from Hungary. cross-section of the brain. The cross-section of the brain with dissociative amnesia, donated by FF from Belgium. The future of psychiatry, neuroscience, future. Our understanding of the functioning brain will continue to advance, driven by the increasingly potent tools in modeling and measuring the activities of the brain. Neuroscience will emerge as the next important field of biomedical research. There's 2 rooms here. This seems to be where the unexhibited human specimens are stored. The pungent smell of formalin is rich in this confined space. I don't want to spend more time here than necessary. Let's see. Wrinkly, faded human bits and medical instruments litter the table. You can feel a shiver crawl up your spine and refuse to look too closely. There's a bag here. There is an unzipped leather bag on the floor. Someone seemed to have left it there in a hurry. Investigated. There are some pens, notebooks, and elementary medical textbooks. It must have belonged to a student. Wait, what's this? You found a UV flashlight. Take it. You acquired a UV flashlight. There seems to be nothing more to investigate. To use the UV flashlight, please press Z to interact with the exhibits directly. Z? Do I just like... Something seemed to be hidden here. 101 is marked in this corner. Perhaps there's only one part to this puzzle. The Roman numeral 4 is engraved next to it. Is it the 4th number? The writing on it reads mirror neuron. There's nothing here. Do I go back to the start or what? There seemed to be something hidden here. One of 2 is marked on the corner. Perhaps there's 2 parts to this puzzle. The Roman numeral 1 is engraved next to it. Is it a hint to the 1st number? Seems to be no marking here. The parameter of this device is adjustable. 2 out of 2 is marked in this corner. Perhaps there's 2 pieces to this puzzle. I start to 1. 4, 5. I don't get it. Fruit is lying. 4, okay. So they're saying like each others are lying. There's 3 parts to this puzzle. Only one neuropsychologist is telling the truth. Numeral 2 is engraved next to it. Is this a hint to the... Okay. Number 2. So not you. 4 is marked. So they're lying, basically, is what he's saying. This should be 1 then. Nine, 8, 6. Where's number 2 then? I should start just shining it on everything. There's nothing here. I am so confused again. There's nothing here. Okay. There's nothing here. There seems to be... something seems to be hidden here. 2 out of 3 is marked in the corner. Perhaps there's 3 parts to this puzzle. This should be something to do with, like, this. So it should be this one, right? I know it's got something to do with this, but like, I'm confused. Nine, 8, 6? Like, okay. What about 9, 8, 6? Like, 8? I don't get it. Let's try 9, 8, 6. That's not it. Nine, 8, 6, 2? That was not. Says they're lying. Well, they say they're lying. Where's the other one? There's nothing here. There's nothing here. Wait, I don't get it. Is that a hint to the fourth number? Mirror neuron. The corrosion of chemical substances with the appropriate tool the block should give away. I don't get it. Is the fourth word 4? Nine, 8, 6. What does that mean? Nine, 8, 6, 4. Is that it? Okay, hold on. I need a moment. Okay, let's try this again. I don't get it at all. Four. Wait, I think I know. So the first one we saw was 4. And there's like 3 guys, right? So what's the... This? I don't get it at all. I need to look up a hint. I'm so sorry. Like, I usually don't like looking up at hints, but like, I'm so stuck here right now. Like, this is unreal. Guys, I don't like looking up at things when I'm gaming. But I'm so stuck here. Forgive me. Swallowing your unease, you carefully remove its contents. False alarm. You only find a lockpick and a pouch of marijuana. So this urban legend turns out to be nothing more than codes and riddles left behind by thieves and drug dealers from more than a decade ago. The lockpick might come in handy though. I should keep it. You acquired the lockpick. Looking at the marijuana, you can't help but recall your own teenage years. When was the last time you smoked this stuff? Ever since the ban from more than a decade ago. I don't know if the contents are still usable. Should I investigate? Yeah. You feel something hard hidden inside the wheat pouch. It's human teeth. You drop the pouch in your hands with an uncontrollable shiver. Oh, ew. Door seems to be locked. Upon closer inspection, however, you see signs of corrosion from chemicals. With the appropriate tool, the lock should give away. Use the lockpick on this door. Yes, you picked open the lock to this door. Upon entering the room, you feel the temperature plummet. It's much colder here, and the crossing of fresh salt felt like you were setting foot into silent, abandoned cemetery. The white statues remind you of tombstones. There's a faint smell of chemicals and rust lingering in the air. Is that a dead person? Is that dead people? Turn on the tape recorder. Yes. It seems to be an audio recording made in this room some time ago. Incredible. They latch onto the common household objects, secretions, inducing hallucinations through inhalation, mostly from the memory pool of these infested. But those that to a timepiece appear to understand the concept of a timepiece, as if time is a language mutually shared. Apart from the intimidating organ structures from the earth, they also seem to consciously attempt to replicate and communicate the events that took place within limited range of timepiece. The audio recording ends here. What were they talking about? That something that latches onto timepiece can recreate events that happened in the room? The key lies on the ground. It seems to have fallen from the pocket of the corpse. Labels. Second floor, east wing. Pick it up. Yes. I need the key. There's a dead person here. The clock is already damaged beyond repair, and yet something on the clock's face caught your eyes. Investigate it? The hands of the clock are still intact. Their surface is coated with a metallic yet soft and silk-like substance. The sparkling clock hands. I just remembered that the clock in my room hasn't got any hands. Someone deliberately removed them. There must be a reason for that. Take the clock hands. You have acquired clock hands. The garny, thin stone columns look almost as if they were splattered with human flesh as they rose directly out of the corpse. Only now, looking closely, do you realize that the texture of these columns is eerily similar to those of calculus bones. Could it possibly mean all those structures are? But why? What an awful churning in your stomach. You temporarily lose your capacity for logic. There's nothing else more in this room, I don't think. Yeah. Let's leave. The door is locked. Does it open? There's so much I need to understand. The vivid, recurring hallucinations and the calcified corpses, the things Dr. Alba said before he disappeared, the lab rats between the walls, and the vile schemes. The caretaker's journal claimed this institution was perpetrating, not to mention the mysterious Yanming from room 302. Other than my amnesia, I seem to be doing just fine. How did I end up here in the first place? The rescue team is arriving at dawn, so I've still got a few hours to kill. What if the recorder said... What if what that recorder said is true? Then all I have to do is go back to that room and install the clock hands. That could give me the answer I'm searching for. Okay. I have some keys, right? Yeah, I have like East Wing keys now. Yeah, I'm gonna open that. The door is locked. The door is locked. Every door is just gonna be locked, right? Well, why am I even trying? It's gonna be locked. The wing of the building, is the corridor normally this long? Please don't be a jump scare. Something feels off. Please, I don't like the silence. I don't like the silence. Please don't be a jump scare. Oh, there's a room. What are all these chairs? Oh, it's a funeral. There was no funeral when my mother died. Her death didn't really sink in until after I saw her portrait in front of me. Well, I can't interrupt with anything else. Let's leave. Oh, we're back at his house. What is this? Where's the clock gone? The photograph appeared out of nowhere, as if it had been taken to serve this exact purpose, foreshadowing what was about to happen. And now it has replaced my mother, freezing her fading face into a calm, nameless woman who evokes a slight familiarity. She never gazed at me this long. What's this? It's just a room. I want to keep checking these out. I'm getting chills. She never gazed at me this long. Okay. It's the same. She never gazed at me this long. I've only seen such a gaze in ancient statues, looking through my flesh, aiming at the things I cannot see. She never gazed at me this long. I already saw this. Can I go here? No. Okay, what am I doing here? Am I just stuck here? Am I doing something wrong? I don't get it. Am I doing something wrong? Like, why am I not progressing? Oh, this is new. Maybe I just needed to look at it. It was then I realized that she now belonged forever to the museum and tombs, to the kingdom of the deceased. For the first time since her death, the whispers in my head stopped. What am I doing here? Something I need to cross out? I don't know. What am I doing? I don't know what I'm crossing out. Wait, hold on a minute. Like, what am I crossing out? I see. Am I crossing out everything with eyes? Seems like it. At night, all images were silent. In the darkness, I could hear no words but the heavy heartbeats of the dead. I hung a mirror next to the portrait. When I could no longer gaze at my mother, I would gaze at myself instead. I thought the living are the abyss, the dead the sun. The former dangerously draws all eyes to it. The latter makes it difficult to look long. Only they can gaze at the audience, transcendently with no guilt. But all I can do is just simply look away. Oh, this gave me chills. You're in pain, aren't you? I know. You remembered, and you will again live forever in your guilt. If you hadn't signed the form and consented to the operation, your mother might still be alive in this world. No, you don't understand. You never will. For a long time, the medication slowly stopped working. She was worse than anyone could possibly imagine. She needed this. Did she need this, Wade, or did you? Who are you? This voice in my head. You were there from the start. From the very start. You followed my every step, and you wouldn't shut up. Are you the ghost of my deceased mother? A low laugh? No, Wade. I'm not Anna. I'm a bystander. You'll be needing me, Wade. I'll never leave your side until the very end. There's a gaping hole in the ceiling of the room, and a sturdy-looking ladder directly below it. I need to hurry back to my room to do what I really wanted to. Is this room right? Which floor is this? Yeah, this is the third floor. We can't go back to this room like this. Back at it again. Put the clock hands on the clock. Yes. The clock hands are rewinding rapidly. Oh, dude. Oh, that's the end. Well, if that rewinds time, you're never gonna escape this place. What about the rescue team? Oh, wait. I'm so tired. Thanks for a hectic today. Right, so this is my first time in the section chief's office. He wanted me to copy some data files. This must be the computer. Insert authorization card. Odd, I can't find the files he wanted anywhere. Could it be this one? What is this? The text about is much due to poor preservation. And you believe that your twin were not conceived naturally? Yes, please believe me. In 1959, I went to the lake in my hometown, the one that was forbidden from entry. I was 3 weeks pregnant then, but I was so young. I didn't know any better. I thought folklores and legends were just old wives' tales. Don't you agree? Accursed lovers turned into stone in each other's embrace. Jesus Christ returning from the grave with eternal life. Bird beasts of Slavic myths bring tempests to the waters. I didn't believe any of it. Isn't science the one and only answer in this world? They could send people to space now, out into space. But when I walked into the lake, that was when I knew there were still things in our world that science can't possibly explain. Can you describe in detail what happened? I just wanted to take a bath. It felt hot. The woods were pitch black. But for some reason, all the times I walked in the grove, for all those critters and animals I've grown familiar with, there was only dead silence within 20 meters from the lake. There wasn't even the rustle of leaves from the wind. I didn't think too much of it. I took off my socks and shoes and stepped into the water, but felt nothing like water. It was some sort of dense and silky substance. And in a flash, the dark surface of the lake became like mercury. It was like a mirror, reflecting the entire night sky, as if you aren't stepping into the lake, but into the sky itself. And then, the most horrifying thing, a glimmering light suddenly sprung from the lake, just a few meters away. Its flickered, You have to believe my eyes. As she approached me, I saw the Virgin Mary carrying a candle, but before that she was shifting, almost like there was some, I don't know, off, but I think they might all be some kind of deities. She spoke first in Polish, or something like that. I couldn't understand. Then she started speaking a language I know, but there was something off about her tone, almost like a foreigner. No, like someone imitating speech who was utterly ignorant of the concept of language. What did she say? Your Virgin Mary? She said that she needs me to bear her children, but her manner of speech was strange, her expression were rigid, and even the texture of her skin were unlike human flesh. Sometimes she almost seemed like a machine, a puppet. Half her face was suddenly contoured itself while the other half remained perfectly natural. Most importantly, I felt as if her perspective. This is giving me chills and shivers, guys. I don't like this. The sound. Can you hear it? Like the little static sound? Like, the creator did great on this, making me unsettled. Like, this is unsettling. His perspective was wrong. As she approached me, her hand appeared frighteningly large, so much that I could only see a single facet of the spear, as if it was from a completely distorted plane, like I was looking at her through a warped gravity. I was so scared, I wanted to run away. And then, God, she seized me by my hand. She was so cold, with a strange texture. It was like being touched by a desert. And then, I had this almost out-of-body feeling. In a split second, I could see the back of my head and every bone in my body. And they were transforming, branching extra joints. The scenery around me became outlandish. I saw so many fragments of my own memory flash by, yet they were foreign. It was as if I were the spectator of myself, and the heavens and the earth displaced one another, twisting and turning in fantastical ways. I saw human faces materializing on the surface of giant planets. I saw birds lying innumerable eggs engulfed in flames, and the whole sky of meteors. I was so scared that I couldn't remember how I shouted yes to her. All the visions disappeared when Our Lady let go of my hand. How did you escape? I collapsed onto the ground, and the Virgin, she started to discolor. Her skin melted away like paint. I could see I could see the glow of her organs and her nervous system. Then, those also faded into the night and vanished. I ran back. Weeks after, I found out I was pregnant with twins. When they were born, well, you already know, their heads were con. The text below was much due to poor preservation. What is this? Freaky. What was it, some kind of science fiction? Wait, the authorization card. This isn't my authorization card? Now that I think about it, I found it in this card in an elevator this morning. Someone must have dropped it. I picked it up thinking it was mine, and used it without checking. My own card is still in my pocket. Oh no. I saw things that I shouldn't have. What was I thinking? Guess somebody started passing company time by writing science fiction. Good. I found what I needed to copy. Better get out before anyone sees me. Is that it? Oh, I don't like the sound. I don't like the sound. A few extra content? Yeah, why not? What's this? Kitty cat. Hello, pleased to meet you. I'm the main character from NARRENSCHIFF, Wade. This is my first time being a protagonist, playing out a very memorable part of my life. I'd be lying if I said I am not nervous, but I hope you enjoyed the game. Although it was a full 2 hours gameplay, Your main storyline is just beginning. You might be confused by the plot so far, but I promise all the foreshadowing I will be reclaimed in the future. Some characters would also appear in later chapters, some of whom are very dear to me. I look forward to meeting you again soon. Oh, hello, I'm Edgar, the creator of this game. I made everything except the music and sound effects. The game was made after I self-taught RPG Maker MZ for only a week? Dude, shout out to this guy, like, it started on big project after a practice piece. This guy learned RPG Maker for a week and then made this, like a fucking masterpiece. The total development time took about 6 months, although a lot of people advised me not to attempt a long-term project as a beginner, but because of some things that happened, I feel that there are so many unexpected things that could happen in life, so I want to make a start on the things that I want to do when I can still create. So if you have dreams of your own, put them into action as soon as you can. But for now, this game is purely funded by me working the commissions and support from my partner. And because the story will involve LGBT content, it's impossible to find publishers in China. So if you like this game and can make a donation on Ko-fi, I would be very grateful for the support. But if you can't donate, add my game to the Steam wishlist would also be very helpful and would mean a lot to me. Just search for NARRENSCHIFF on Steam. And I've had some very nice people who want to help me translate the game into other languages, but the localization is a lot of work, so I will only probably be starting working on it when the game is completely finished. So I'm going to have to leave my contacts here. You can always find me here. Do not hesitate to DM me anything, feedbacks, bug reports, etc, etc. I will be so happy to know your opinion on this game. In the end, I would also like to thank the people who provided valuable technical support to Roke and Gongshu. Thank you for playing. Hope we meet again in the future. Hello, I'm Mushi. I'm the music and sound effect producer for this game, also a very good friend of Edgar. My Weibo is my personal website is musu.com. Hope that you can learn more about me through my work. I really love rock climbing. I recommend everyone to give it a try. Walk right to the end of the game. There's only one game installed. It's about old man yaoi and communism. This is real as hell. There are some fluff BL mangas on the table suitable for all audiences. Small cabinet familiar to you. Here's a photo of the family of 3. Oh, this is an amazing game. Let me close this for a second because it's being a bit loud. Anyways, this is an amazing game. I really recommend everyone to check this out because apparently the creator is freaking awesome. They spent a week learning how to make this. I am very surprised and I really enjoyed this game. I really hope to see this game being published formally, and yeah, thank you for watching, and this is it. This is the first chapter of NARRENSCHIFF, and I really hope to see more of it soon. Thank you for watching, guys. Remember to go support the creator if you enjoyed this game as well. Thank you.